यार मुझे सर्दी बड़ी लग रही है यार, मैं क्या करूं?
मुझे भी मतलब वो
कराची में सर्दी लग रही है।
कराची में सर्दी लग रही है, मैंने जैकेट भी नहीं
I'm in a blanket. I'm holding my phone. It's freaking cold.
क्यों एसी लगाया हुआ है तुम लोगों ने कि वैसे ही कराची में सर्दी है?
वैसे घरों में बहुत होती है यहाँ पे सर्दी,
Hmm.
घरों के अंदर इतनी सर्दी होती है ना यहाँ पे, और ऊपर से मैं नहा के बैठा हूँ। मैंने बोला पॉडकास्ट में आऊंगा तो नहा के जाऊंगा, मैं नहा के
नहा के वजू करके धो धा के मुंह साफ करके माउथ वॉश के साथ फिर मैं आऊंगा पॉडकास्ट में।
मैं रेडी होकर बैठा हूँ, मैंने बोला रेडी होता है, मैं नहा के जाऊंगा।
Okay, so Ludo actually it is an Indian game. It first started off like in ancient India. The earliest version of it is called Pachisi, which is actually much harder than Ludo.
Chess may be considered the game of kings, but Pachisi is a game of emperors by Bruce Whitehill, referring to what we call Ludo in Pakistan.
And Ludo in its modern form, it was played more in the Mughal times by the Mughal emperors. And the British actually, when they came here, they took it and they patented the word Ludo. And then it sort of spread to other countries. And actually, Ludo does exist in other countries, but it's a different concept.
Ludo is a big deal in Pakistan. I realized that early on, even while growing up in the US. You could say it's a board game of choice, except for wise guys who prefer chess, or wannabe wise guys like me. In this episode, I spoke to 4 people in 2 separate conversations, so I'll be cycling back and forth between them. The first 2 people that I spoke to are both new, Hafsa from Karachi and Hamza from Toronto, Canada. The second set of people that I spoke to are Brohi from Canada and Maha from Canada. So we have a huge Canadian representation today. Brohi is new, and Maha's actually been on the podcast before. Both Brohi and Maha used to play Ludo together a lot last year with each other, and coincidentally, both of them are in Karachi right now, even though they both live in Canada. That was them in the beginning talking about feeling cold in Karachi, by the way. Brohi and Maha will come in later. First, I'll talk to Hafsa and Hamza. I asked both Hafsa and Hamza why Ludo is so appealing to Pakistanis, and this was their answer.
If you look at it, there aren't very many games that we would say are like desi, inherently desi, but Ludo is one of them. And it's like the easiest one to play. I mean, the other game I can really think of is Carom, but Carom requires like a lot of stuff. Like you need that gigantic Carom board.
Mm-hmm. I think it's not so much about the game. I think it's the social aspect that drives people to play the game. So, for example, if you're playing with friends, even the simplest game can get fun. And I think that's the main appeal of Ludo. It's easy to play, easy rules. The board is super small and portable. Every household has one, like you said.
Yeah.
So I think that the game, as fun as you might find it or as much as you might hate it, its main appeal is if you're with your friends and you're looking for something to do while you talk, that's pretty much what Ludo is.
It was my understanding that Ludo is only well known within Pakistan and not so much outside of the country. I've never really heard of people talk about it much, to be honest, especially having grown up in the US. But throughout my research, what I've discovered is the game is actually quite popular, under different names and with different variations. For example, some of the variants in the US for Ludo are aggravation, India, sorry, trouble. If you live in the US, you might have seen some of these games, these board games, at your local toy store, Target or Walmart. In the UK, the game has variants by the name of Pigaback, Homeward Bound, Pachesi, and of course, Ludo, the place where it was actually copyrighted under that brand name. That's right, it is actually a brand name. In France, Germany, the Middle East, Ludo exists under different variations and different names as well. The basic idea is moving pieces across a board using some kind of counter like a dice. It's less complicated than chess, and because of this basic nature of the game, nobody really knows when it was invented and where it comes from.
And it's funny because it's funny that every single culture has that aspect of it, right? That it's a game that makes you really angry. So in other cultures, for example, like in Germany, Turkey or something, it actually translates to the name of the game. It translates to "Don't get angry," like some version of like "Don't get upset" or "Don't get angry." So everyone has that down.
What is known is this: the game originated in India somewhere, and it was not originally called Ludo, as I mentioned earlier. Ludo is a brand name, in this case, an English brand name, and it's just one of many different brands given to this game over time. The original game is known as Pachisi, and its exact date of origin is unknown. Estimates go back to the 4th century to the 7th century, and even back then, many variants of this game already existed. The basic concept being moving pieces across a board using some kind of counter. What we do know exactly about Ludo, and the reason why it's potentially called the Game of Emperors, is that the Mughal Emperor Akbar in India from the 16th century used to play this game famously. Of course, back then it was called Pachisi, or Chopar, and it was slightly different from modern Ludo. From there it became a royal game, played by royals and commoners alike. A little fun fact, however, the game that Akbar used to play was a variant of Pachisi. In this case, he played in a life-size outdoor court, and each of the pieces, or gotis as they're called in Urdu, was a slave girl from Akbar's harem, who was instructed to move as needed by the royal players. This kind of makes me think of the way chess was played in Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone at the end, with real people and real stakes.
This also happens like if they realize you're cheating, they'll just flip the board and walk away.
Competitive people get crazy about like board games. Just give me Abu. They used to play Ludo kind of often, but nowadays they play Scrabble a lot against each other. And if they feel like the other person's being unfair to them, they will like legitimately get mad. It's pretty funny to watch. And I guess it's just a competitive spirit kind of takes over when people play certain board games. Some people, they're indifferent about it. They don't really care if they win or lose. Some people, even something as simple as Ludo, which doesn't really matter. I think people just get super serious about it.
Yeah, do you think that's a test though? Like that's maybe an exercise in patience that should be helping us, but it's not? Because again, I would understand 14, 15-year-olds, they have tantrums, but like I've legit seen guys in their 20s, girls in their 20s, like getting mad over Ludo.
Character building exercise.
But I mean, I think that's the fun of the game. I mean, the reason we're having this conversation is because Ludo makes people that, like, it makes,
passionate. Yeah.
Exactly. You have all those emotions. Otherwise, it would just be another one of those games. I mean, have you ever seen anyone get mad over snakes and ladders?
Actually, yeah, I have, but yeah, to me, that's a more fun game. I find that more fun, surprisingly, than Ludo. I always turn the board over, or try to.
I hate snakes and ladders. Ludo, at least, you have your 4 different pieces. Every turn you can play something else.
Yeah, you can do
Snake
something.
And ladders, completely luck-based. I think it's 100% luck-based. It's kuch bhi skill involved. You can only move one piece with every.
That's true, yeah. Yeah, the big snake that brings you down like 10 floors. Yeah. In 2017, a fully mobile game for Ludo was created called Ludo Star, available on iPhones and Android. As far as I remember, this game took our Pakistani Discord server by storm. The entire summer of 2017, Ludo Star was all the kids were playing, all that the adults were playing, and most of what they were discussing on voice chats. I was really baffled. I installed the Ludo Star app and played, I think I played less than 15 games throughout my entire time with that app. Don't get me wrong, it was a very well made app. You could play with your friends or random people, and of course you could chat with them, bringing in the social aspect. Rolling a dice, moving your pieces, all of it was quicker. Even an autoplay option, in case you had to do something else for a few minutes. It was a very well made app. But again, I couldn't understand how people could play this for hours and hours.
That was the first game that it made it really easy to play online with other people. Like, you have other games on the App Store, but they're like really complicated and stuff. This just took it down to its like most basic level, which is like playing with other people. And it was super easy. You could go online. Yeah, and it had many modes, which I think made it more fun.
My hypothesis was this, and excuse my bias here, but I really think this might have been the case for a lot of people. Here was my guess. Girls played this game for fun. Boys played this game for the girls. We get invites and we share them with each other and play. I'd like drop out after 2 games, but they kept playing. And a few times I noticed I would go do something for several hours, come back, and the same guys would still keep playing. And there'd be like those 1 or 2 boys that I think were playing just to play with the girls.
I'll be honest, I've been one of those boys before. Just
You are?
putting that. I have been one of those before.
What, playing Ludo for hours?
Nate, playing for hours with the girls.
I mean, not in Discord, but like real life, you know. Or if it was guys, I'd be like, yeah, peace out, guys. After.
Wow, what?
The word spoondy.
Yeah.
Yeah, honesty is the best policy. I figured, I'd put it all out there.
Yeah. Ludo, already being a social game, once it came on the internet, it produced a lot of stories. In the rest of this episode, our guest and I will be sharing a lot of their personal stories. There's one tweet on here from some Pakistani girl, and she's saying, I was playing Ludo Star today. My opponent was some random Indian. He said, hey, sexy. I replied with, Kohli nahi hota tujhse chase, and he left.
That's good. That has happened a lot.
Really? To you?
Mm-hmm. Okay, I have some really weird stories because I used to play Ludo Star online a lot with my friends. Just to you could duo with people, right? So me and my friend against 2 random strangers, or me alone against 3 other people online. So you could connect your Facebook to the app, and I didn't know, but it took your profile picture and your name, and it would display it.
Oh, yeah.
I had that happen too by accident. It was not intentional.
Yeah. So I joined a game. It was me and my friends and these 2 guys. First of all, I don't think they do it pundi ki wajah se. I think they do it to distract you.
Really?
If they're losing, they'll just start saying that stuff to you. They started swearing at me and making comments and stuff.
Really?
But I was I'm not going to
swearing
quit.
kya? Matlab, were they insulting you, or were they kind of
MCBC
flirty?
type.
Oh my god,
Oh.
people take Ludo insane.
Yeah. And then, but I was I'm not going to quit and stuff. So I think we won.
MCBC. Sorry.
Uh-huh.
I love the way you abbreviated it.
I can't say the actual words. Can I?
Yes, go ahead.
So then after that, I took my picture off and I made it some generic girl cartoon thingy. You could choose your thing.
Right.
And I took my name, I changed my name. But still, one time I was playing and this guy, obviously he was trying to distract me. So he just starts going on Jaan, kaisi ho Jaan? Mujhe tumse shaadi karni hai. And I was oh my God. So I just kept playing. I didn't really comment.
Mm-hmm.
Then when he started losing, he starts swearing at me. He's like, Kamini. It went from
funny.
It just escalated so quickly.
I'm surprised you played through the whole thing.
Yeah, you have. If you quit, you're just giving them what they want and they'll just do it to someone else too.
Fair enough. Makes sense.
At this point, I decided to ask the same question to Brohi and Maha about boys and girls in Ludo. मेरी एक guess थी कि पिछले साल ये लड़के क्यों इतने ज़्यादा लड़के और लड़कियां obviously why were they playing this game so much Ludo Star. तो मेरी guess ये थी कि लड़कियां खेलती थी game for the enjoyment of it और लड़के खेलते थे for the लड़कियां. That's my guess. Would you agree with that? That's what I'm getting.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, the thing is, people played because their friends were playing. That's the only reason I played it. क्योंकि सब एकदम से खेलने लगे. I have no idea who the first person was who started playing it. लेकिन एकदम से जब आपके सारे दोस्त खेलने लग जाते हैं ना, तो आपका भी दिल चाहता है कि obviously कि आप join करो उनको. और लड़कियां तो यार the chat function on the thing is so basic. आप क्या लड़कियों से बात करोगे वहाँ पे? और पता नहीं
I've got so many guys here on me, I swear. I had my face attached to it or whatever, connected, and I had my picture
That's
up
why.
and I swear.
Yeah. So you had your Facebook connected to it, huh?
Yeah.
वो अच्छी पिक्चर लगाई होगी तुम दोनों ने.
Well, obviously, मैं हूँ it.
लेकिन ब्रोही के लिए ये केस नहीं था. Obviously, he played for the genuine love of Ludo.
Genuine love of Ludo. I didn't have a genuine love of Ludo until I played the game, though. पहले मुझे नहीं था, लेकिन देखो जो लड़कियां जो होती भी है ना उसमें वो उस टाइप की होती हैं जो जिनकी फूलों की प्रोफाइल पिक्चर लगी होती है और वो जो थोड़ी अजीब लड़कियां नहीं होती
महा की किस्म की
महा
Right.
चलो हाँ
नहीं तो well I mean if you didn't do it obviously for yourself I know you used to play for several hours especially you and Potato
Yeah.
तुम दोनों बहुत ही खेलते थे राइट
यार
मैं
हम लोग बहुत
खेल के चला जाता था फिर मैं वापस आता था कई घंटे बाद तो मैं आई यूज्ड टू सी यू गाइस
नो द थिंग इज लाइक वी उस वक्त मैं भी बहुत फारिग था वो भी शायद बहुत फारिग थी मेरे पास कोई इतना वो नहीं था मेरी समझ चल रही छुट्टियां चल रही थी तो आई डिडंट हैव मच टू डू तो उस वजह से मैं भी खेलता था वो भी खेलती था एंड वाज एक्चुअली जस्ट ए एक्सक्यूज टू टॉक हम लोग सिर्फ बातें ही करते थे उस वक्त उसमें ज्यादा देर बैठ के
मैंने समझा कोई और लफड़ा चल रहा है
नहीं
किस
नहीं
किस्म की बातें ब्रोही विद द करप्टर वो है भी बहुत ही इनोसेंट सी है बेचारी
इतनी भी नहीं है इनोसेंट जितनी मतलब जाहिर है कोई भी इतना तो नहीं होता जितना दिखाता है ऑब्वियसली
वो भी है दैट्स ट्रू खैर डिड यू विटनेस एनी ऑफ दिस योरसेल्फ ब्रोही लाइक यू नो फ्लर्टिंग हरासमेंट इस किस्म की चीजें स्पेशली व्हेन यू प्लेड विद रैंडम्स
यार देखो मेरे साथ तो किसी ने नहीं की मतलब यार इसका मतलब ये हुआ, ना मैंने किसी का किया ना मेरे साथ किसी ने किया लेकिन मैं एक दफा मेरी अम्मी मुझे बता रही थी कि वो ज़ाहिर है लड़की वन खेलती हैं ऑब्वियसली तो उनको चेंज करना पड़ा था अपना एवटार उनको लड़का बनाना पड़ा था क्योंकि वो कहती इतनी लोग लिखते थे उनको तो she had to change her avatar to a male avatar.
Yo, I've had people send me their numbers on there.
तूने कॉल की
नहीं मैं अपनी पाले करती हूँ.
करती ना क्या जा रहा है
They're like Pakistani numbers too, and I was in Canada, so.
उनकी सेंस ऑफ प्राइवेसी भी नहीं होती यार वो तो मुफ्त में अपने नंबर्स दे देते हैं
कसम से.
कई बार आप YouTube की वीडियो पे कोई जाओ ना तो उसके अंदर भी उसके नीचे कमेंट सेक्शन पे भी किसी ने नंबर अपने डाले होते हैं कॉल मी हियर व्हाट यार मुफ्त के नंबर है इनके इट्स ऑलवेज यू कैन टेल इट्स यू नो +92 व्हाटएवर
हाँ
बड़े बड़े फारिग लड़के हैं बाहर फिक्र ना करो
उनको लगता भी है कि हमें कोई कॉल करेगा क्योंकि तुमने अगर देखा है इंस्टाग्राम मॉडल्स की पिक्चर्स देखी है ना कभी तो उसके नीचे कमेंट आते हैं कॉल में दिया
हाँ उधर भी राइट वो वाकई समझते हैं कि मुझे अभी मायरा खान मुझे कॉल करने वाली है ये नो मायरा खान ये मेरा नंबर है
लैक ऑफ सेल्फ अवेयरनेस पता नहीं कितनी है लैक ऑफ सेल्फ अवेयरनेस होती है लोगों में इतनी
अजीब मेंटालिटी है आई वंडर इफ दे गेट ट्रोल्ड बाय अदर गाइस मे बी दे शुड गेट ट्रोल्ड
करते ही होंगे मेरे ख्याल में कोई पठान फोन कर देता होगा उनको और मैंने पता है एक दो दफा मैंने जो है ना लड़की बन के खेला हुआ है लूडो पे
अच्छा
लाइक आई चेंज माय एवटार टू फीमेल एवटार बिकॉज़ पीपल वुडंट किल माय गोटीज सही है वो छोड़ देते थे मेरी गोटियां
ओह अच्छा इस हद तक ये होता है अच्छा वाओ
हाँ बकायदा मेरी गोटियां छोड़ देते तो मारते नहीं थे बोलते थे कि इट्स ओके यू कैन
Wow.
I thought I was the odd one out for not killing people. But मैं इस तरह discriminate नहीं करता था लड़के लड़की लड़का या लड़की. I would just feel bad for killing somebody more than once. उनकी गोटी एक बार मार दी चलो ठीक है दूसरी बार मारो तो अच्छा नहीं लगता.
इसमें तो मजा आता है
ये कितना इमोशनल हो जाता है.
और यार लोग बहुत जज्बाती हो जाते हैं इस गेम के मामले में कई बार. I've seen husbands and wives fight each other.
रेड में वो याद है पता है डेचू
हाँ मुझे याद है यार.
डेचू के साथ जब हम लोग खेलते थे ना जब भी उसकी गोटी मरती थी वो फिर टेबल पे मारता था तोड़ता था अपने टेबल को
Man, वाकई अच्छा.
उसकी तोड़ की आवाजें आती थी उसकी माइक से हमें
Damn. कोई गाली वगैरह नहीं निकालता.
गाली नहीं निकालता था लेकिन शायद मेरे ख्याल में लड़कियां बैठी उतनी गाली तो नहीं देता था वो लेकिन
That's dangerous. You have your phone in your hand, like क्या पता phone फेंक दे.
Yeah.
हाँ ये
But I get annoyed. Like I'm a person that's like I'm pretty chill, but like when I lose in Ludo, it annoys me. It's a piss off.
Wait, the game annoys you.
Yeah.
What part of it annoys you? Like जब गोटी मरती है or you're falling behind or you're not getting sixes and stuff?
Yeah. When you're like at the end and someone kills you, that annoys me. Like when people kill you.
Oh, like when you're very close to the end.
Yeah. It's happened to me so many times.
Mm-hmm. कोई अजीब से हादसे हुए लूडो खेलते वक्त?
तुम जब कह रहे हो तुम जब कह रहे हो अजीब से हादसे हुए लूडो खेलते वक्त मुझे भूत याद आ रहा है। भूत कैसे आते हैं?
भूत अजीब से
Just flipping your board.
खुद ही हिलनी शुरू होगी गोटी या इस किस्म के हाथ से.
I think once someone asked for my Facebook username on the app.
Right.
Yeah, it's just very stalkerish.
तुमने दिया?
Nay.
क्यों?
My full name was on there once. And I realized this is bad. Like,
अगर कोई अच्छी लड़की मुझसे मांगती मैं तो दे
लड़की मांगती ना, लड़कियां नहीं मांगती, लड़के ही मांगते हैं, यही तो मसला है.
हाँ
you
ये
know,
तो है.
most of the guys that play on the app are like hella weird too. Like Ajib, I don't know, weird guys.
हेलो डियर वाले लड़के जो होते हैं.
हाँ. Yeah.
माशाल्लाह नाम रोशन कर रहे हैं हमारा.
पता नहीं क्यों ब्राउन लड़के बड़े awkward हो जाते हैं इंटरनेट पे आके, you know.
सारे पॉपुलेशन बहुत है ना. पॉपुलेशन बहुत है तो अजीब से लोग जो है वो ज्यादा रिप्रेजेंटेड होते हैं नेट पे क्योंकि पॉपुलेशन इतनी है बच्चे करे जा रहे हैं सब.
Yeah. I feel like it's the very uneducated Bendu type of people that are doing shit like this on the internet. Putting numbers up, you know, who aren't like, I don't know, as aware
Yeah,
of things.
yeah, because we ये जो hello baby वाला concept जो है, hello dear, show Bob, ये बड़े suppressed किस्म के लड़के हैं बेचारे. I really had to voice this out. I honestly find Ludo to be more of a luck-based game rather than skill. When I said this to Hafsa, this was her response.
What? I bet you played chess, you genius.
Yeah,
200 IQ.
Yeah.
Not to mention, actually, I find this, it's kind of odd, like in me personally, I actually find it stressful to kill somebody.
What?
I actually feel bad.
My God.
Yeah.
You're too merciful. I've never felt bad killing someone.
Well, if you kill them for if you kill them once and then you get a chance to kill them again, that second time is really hard for me. So, not for you guys?
Because you see the hopes,
No.
all their hopes and dreams shatter on their faces.
I get joy out of seeing that.
It's
Oh,
funny.
man.
Dude, when that happens, if you kill someone twice, they just quit. They're like, I'm done with this game.
Exactly, yeah. And then they remember it.
Yeah,
I think the main reason I've never been a huge fan of Ludo is any board game there's going to be an element of luck, right? Like any dice-based game, there's luck involved. But I think Ludo, it's a bit the ratio is much higher than other games, in my opinion. There's too much luck involved.
Yeah, right. Yeah, of course there's skill. Yeah, there's definitely some tactics you can play. But yeah, that's what I think it is. It's just the luck to skill ratio is really skewed for Ludo.
Yeah.
But I mean,
yeah.
It's not exactly luck because, okay, to start off, when you need a 6 to basically get out of your home and get like multiple goatees on the board. But after that, it's how you play those numbers, how you, I don't know, which moves you make that matter more. For example, someone can be getting like 6s in a row, but like they don't make use of it, and then they're dead.
So then I asked the same skill versus luck question to Brohi and Maha. Brohi, you have a pretty good win rate. I've noticed, like, you beat people a lot. पिछले साल भी जब तुम खेलते थे तुम बहुत ज्यादा जीते थे.
पहला मेरा बहुत अच्छा होता था लेकिन रिसेंट अकाउंट है मेड उसमें खराब हो गया तो मैं अपनी अम्मी के साथ बहुत खेलता हूँ. अम्मी मुझे मारती हैं तो बेसिकली मेरा एटलीस्ट 75% 80% होता था पहले.
वाओ. मेरे ख्याल से लूडो में स्किल्स इतनी ज़्यादा इन्वॉल्व नहीं होते जितनी लक बेस्ड गेम है ये. मेरे ख्याल से ज़्यादा लक बेस्ड है. लेकिन फिर लोग इफ़ देर विनिंग मोर देन लाइक लेट्स से देयर्स 4 players, right? Each player has a 25% chance to win if it's completely luck based. लेकिन फिर कई लोग तुम्हारी तरह जो they're winning like 80% or more, तो ये कैसे होता है? I know there's some type of strategy involved. लेकिन ज़्यादा मैंने कुछ ऐसे इंसिडेंट्स देखे हैं कि कुछ लोग अपनी गोटियां बाहर निकाल ही नहीं सकते. लाइक 6 उनको मिलता ही नहीं throughout most of the game. तो वो फिर उनका कसूर भी नहीं होता, but the game just kind of screws them over.
That's an extreme though कि गोटी पूरी गेम निकलती नहीं है.
हाँ.
मैं तुम्हें एक लिंक भेजता हूँ तुम देखना. एक सेकंड रुको. आर्टिकल के नाम पर complexity analysis and playing strategies for Ludo and its variants.
Damn man, ये तो असली वेबसाइट है researchgate.net. This is like
Ah,
an
yeah.
actual research article.
Actual मतलब किसी को PhD मिली होगी इस पे.
PhD in Ludo.
तो मैं समझाता हूँ वो कैसे होता है. सही. ये 4 वाली गेम होती है और एक होती है 1 versus 1. सही है.
हाँ.
In 4 versus मेरा win rate इतना ज्यादा नहीं है 4 versus 1. लेकिन in 1 versus 1 I win basically 80-90% of the time क्योंकि उसमें strategy यूज होती है.
अच्छा, 1 versus 1 for sure.
1 versus 1 में होती है क्योंकि 4 versus 1 में there's too much chaos. सही है कि strategy यूज नहीं कर सकते. chaos बहुत होता है उसमें. 1 versus 1 में ये है कि स्ट्रैटेजी ऐसी होती है जैसे आपको पता होना चाहिए आपको कब कौन सी गोटी हिलानी है, कौन सी पीछे रखनी है आपको. सही है.
राइट.
जैसे बॉक्स के साथ अभी मैं खेल रहा था, उसने 2-3 जगह पे बड़ी जल्दी मूव की थी. अगर वो नहीं करती वो जीत सकती थी. स्ट्रैटेजी वही होती है कि यू बेसिकली हैव टू नो व्हेन टू होल्ड बैक अ सर्टेन थिंग. जरूरी नहीं है आपकी गोटी किसी को मारनी तो उसी वक्त मारनी है आपको.
Do you still play it pretty regularly, Brohi?
नहीं यार, मुझे साल हो गए खेले हुए.
हाँ, तो काफी देर हो गई है, राइट? वाह,
काफी देर हो गई है खेले हुए. और तो तुम कहते ना मैं पॉट के साथ बहुत खेलता था.
हाँ, राइट.
पॉट के साथ मैंने एक स्ट्रीक बनाई थी 25-0. वो नहीं अंडरटेकर की रेसलमेनिया स्ट्रीक होती थी. बनाई थी पॉट के 25 wins without any loss उसके साथ.
मुझे याद है, yeah, you bragged about that actually. I remember you mentioned that. वो बेचारी भी खेली जाती थी. Like, I wouldn't play that long if I kept losing.
वो भी फारिग थी, मैं भी फारिग था. मजा उसमें आता है कि आप वीसी पे बैठे हो और वीसी पे बैठने का खेलने का मजा आता है. वैसे मैं नहीं खेलता अगर like if it was without voice chat.
Yeah, that's true.
You're right. So you got other conversations going on.
हाँ, साथ साथ बातें भी करते थे और साथ साथ वैसे खेलते थे हम लोग. पता नहीं क्या चीज है, लेकिन मेरा जैसे मैं बताया था मैं 90% win rate, 80% win. So the 20% that I lose and the 10% that I lose, that actually it's from my mom. So मेरी अम्मी मुझे हमेशा हराती है. And she's like, वो नहीं होती जो उनको पहले से पता होता है कि कब होती जाएगी. Like you get the numbers and she just points के वहाँ रख दो. अगली चाल क्या है, अगली क्या रखना है. उन कैलकुलेटर जो होते हैं पूरे.
That's a very good skill to have in chess.
यार चेस में तो बिल्कुल सोचना पड़ता है ना. मुझे ऐसी गेम चाहिए इसमें सोचना ना पड़े, इसलिए मैं लूडो खेलता.
That's exactly the type of game it is. Yeah.
हाँ, सोचना नहीं पड़ता इतना.
I used to do better doing autoplay and just watching, throwing emojis in there rather than actually playing myself.
यार इमोजीज भी इतने अजीब से होते हैं, पता नहीं क्या अंडे.
They have new emojis now. You can like throw tomatoes and jute and stuff. I don't know. Yeah. There's like hearts and kiss faces.
हाथ इनके स्पेसेस तो मुझे पता है क्यों डाले होंगे.
Yeah.
Back to Hafsa and Hamza, we spoke about how to handle frustrations while playing Ludo. Yeah, the few times that I played, I found it hard to actually get angry or frustrated.
Because you don't take it seriously.
Yeah, I just felt like, I don't know, I felt like I didn't really care that much about, I wanted to use the emojis and the chat, like the quick chats more.
You could, it was fun, you could spam that a lot.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, that's what everyone would do, just like start spamming to, like if it's someone else's turn, you just start spamming the laughing emoji.
Every time I was like getting too into the game and was just getting frustrated by it, I just let autoplay take over and it moves for me and I just do my own thing.
Oh my.
Dude, autoplay worked better for me than, I think one time I left autoplay on for like, a few minutes. I came back and I was winning. I was like, this game, this thing plays better than me, to be honest. I just can't do it right. But I still troll people, so. But I didn't do Pundi, so.
It would be weird if you did it on Ludo Star.
Yeah.
I think I had one legit one. Like one guy just started spamming. He's like, please give me your number, please. He's like, please give your number. I am not like those other boys. I'm like, what?
That takes like a true level of desperation to start looking for girls on Ludo Star.
I think anywhere you find a lot of desis online, this has to happen.
I was discussing this a few days ago with a friend. Yeah, like for some reason, desi guys and the internet don't mix very well.
It's just a brown epidemic right now, I think.
I don't think it's just online. I think even in real life, desi guys are just generally more out there and slightly awkward about this stuff compared to other races. Or that's been my observation.
I think it is, yeah. And
even in like your countries?
I don't know if it has to do with it, but wherever you kind of restrict women more, the boys tend to be crazier. Like, for example, the more the girls cover up, the more they want to see their feet and hands and things like that, you know? Like, basic things over here, you can wear whatever you want. And, well, if you're, like, dressed extra provocatively, then obviously they'll look. But otherwise, like, they don't look at your feet or hands.
Yeah.
I'm not sure, though. You need to dissect this issue some other time as well.
Yeah, this is a whole topic on its own.
Yeah, this is a bigger topic than Ludo.
And then one more round with Maha and Brohi.
तुमने वो वीडियो देखी कराची वाइन्स की? The video was about the types of Ludo players.
Oh, no, I don't. I didn't see it, no.
Basically, मैंने भी notice किया, like when I play with friends, there's a couple of archetypes जो होते हैं. Like there's one जो हमेशा एक, तुमने वो note किया कभी, जो वो एक उंगली रखेगा और अपनी घोटी हिला देगा कहीं और से कहीं और.
Like throw a fire from the
Like
board.
secretly?
Like secretly वो अपनी घोटी हिला देता है एक उंगली से.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, of course. I think I've done that maybe once or twice.
I've done that.
That's the thing you only notice when you play in person. Like the things you only notice when you play in person. तो सब कुछ Ludo Star नहीं दे सकती आपको.
That's
ये तो है.
Boss, which type of Ludo player are you?
Me?
Yeah.
I think I'm the cheating type too.
Are you the cheating type?
Yeah, totally. Me and my cousins do that. Like my cousins like my age, so we always play together because we both cheat and we both know how, like, things that others don't notice, and so
क्या करती हो?
it's always moving the goat. Like you just move.
You just discreetly move it.
Yeah, तो अंदर हो ना, वो हम बाहर रख देते हैं. Yeah, like, we just move it
Wow.
to random places. Yeah.
After the major success of 2017, the Ludo Star app, probably like all good things, seemed to begin its slide downhill. Firstly, the app seemed to have disappeared off of the smartphone app stores. Multiple times. We're still not fully sure if it's there, to be honest. Both Brohi and Maha already had the app installed on their phones, so they didn't have to reinstall to play with each other.
हाँ यार, पता नहीं कहाँ गया ऐप, कुछ पता ही नहीं चल रहा. मेरे पास तो
Right.
शुक्र है डाउनलोड पड़ी थी पहले से.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, just hope your phone doesn't get wiped. Yeah, this was bound to happen anyway, even if the app did not get deleted. Just like Pokemon Go, like something gets really hyped for 3 months and then everybody has a lot of fun with it. But then eventually, you know, people get tired. हाँ, लोग अभी तक खेलते हैं, लेकिन अब वो वाली बात नहीं रही.
हाँ.
The other challenge for Ludo Star was a huge number of competitors showed up with very similar design and very similar features. If you search for Ludo in the Android App Store, you'll find results like Ludo King, Ludo Club, Ludo Classic, etc. And even if you search for Ludo Star, you'll find multiple apps from different companies with the same name. So that magic of finding friends to play with might be gone now, since you won't be able to find each other if you have different apps installed. All good things come to an end, but as much as I'm not a die-hard Ludo fan, I'm sure I speak for most Pakistanis when I say I hope it makes a comeback online someday.